It started like any other evening. The hallway was quiet, the kind of silence that feels heavier than usual, like the walls were holding their breath. I stood outside my roommate's door, my hand hovering just inches away from knocking. Something felt off. "Hey, are you in there?" I called out, trying to sound casual. No response. That was strange. He was always loud, music, phone calls, or at least some kind of movement. But tonight? Nothing. I knocked. Once. Twice. Still nothing. A weird feeling crept up my spine, but curiosity got the better of me. Slowly, I turned the handle. It wasn't locked. The door creaked open. At first, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The room was dim, lit only by a soft, flickering light coming from the corner. Papers were scattered everywhere, covering the floor like fallen leaves. Strange symbols were drawn across them, some in ink, others scratched violently like someone had lost control. And then I saw him. He was standing in front of the mirror. Completely still. His back facing me. "Bro, what are you doing?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. He didn't move. Not even a little. The air felt colder inside the room. He slowly tilted his head to the side, just slightly, as if he had heard something far away. But he didn't turn around. "Did you hear me?" I stepped inside, my heart starting to race. That's when I noticed the mirror. There was something wrong with it. His reflection wasn't matching him. My breath caught in my throat. His body stood still, but in the mirror, his reflection was smiling. A wide, unnatural smile. And then, the reflection turned its head and looked directly at me. Not him. The reflection. Looking at me. I froze. Closed the door. My roommate finally spoke, but his voice sounded different. Deeper. Like it didn't belong to him. Every instinct screamed at me to run. But I couldn't move. Because the reflection in the mirror started walking toward me, while his real body stayed perfectly still. And that's when I realized. I wasn't supposed to see this. To be continued. I couldn't breathe. The thing in the mirror, his reflection, was getting closer. Each step it took inside that glass felt real, like it was crossing a distance that shouldn't even exist. But my roommate, he still hadn't moved. "Close the door," he repeated, his voice heavier now, almost layered, as if two voices were speaking at once. My hand trembled, still gripping the doorknob behind me. Every instinct told me to slam it shut and run, but my feet felt rooted to the floor. What is this?" I managed to whisper. The reflection stopped. Right in front of me. Face to face. That unnatural smile stretched wider, its eyes locked onto mine, too aware, too alive. Then, slowly, it raised its hand. I flinched. But in the real world, my roommate's arms were still at his sides. My heart pounded so loudly I thought it would burst out of my chest. "You weren't supposed to open the door," he said. This time, I was sure. Two voices. One his. One, something else. "I didn't know," I said quickly, backing away. "I thought you weren't watching." The second voice finished my sentence. Cold. Sharp. Right behind me. I spun around. Nothing. No one. But when I turned back, the reflection was gone. The mirror was empty. My roommate suddenly gasped and collapsed to his knees, like something had just left his body. "Hey!" I rushed toward him. "What just happened? Are you okay?" He grabbed my wrist, tight. Too tight. His head slowly lifted, eyes meeting mine. For a second, they looked normal. Confused. Scared. But then. They darkened. You saw it, he whispered. It wasn't a question. I tried to pull my hand away, but his grip tightened. Now it knows you. A chill shot through me. What knows me? I asked, panic rising. Before he could answer, a soft tap echoed from behind us. We both froze. Another tap. Slow. Deliberate. Coming from the mirror. We turned. And there it was again. Not fully formed this time, just a shadow. Pressing against the inside of the glass. Like something trapped. Trying to get out. My roommate's grip started shaking. It doesn't stay contained once it's seen, he said, his voice breaking. It follows. The tapping grew louder. More aggressive. Tap. 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 Cracks began to form across the mirror's surface. Thin lines at first, then spreading like a web. I stumbled backward. Stop it, my roommate shouted at the mirror, desperation in his voice. For a brief second. Everything went silent. Completely still. Then. Smash. The mirror exploded. Glass shattered across the room. And in the middle of it. For just 1 second. I swear I saw a figure standing there. Tall. Twisted. Smiling. Then it vanished. Gone. Like it was never there. The room fell into silence again. Only the sound of our breathing remained. I looked at my roommate. He looked at me. And without saying a word. We both knew the same thing. It wasn't over. We didn't speak for a long time after the mirror shattered. The room felt wrong, like something invisible was still standing between us, watching, waiting. Glass crunched under my shoes as I slowly stepped back. Tell me the truth, I said, my voice shaky. What was that? My roommate didn't answer immediately. He just sat there on the floor, staring at the broken mirror like it might put itself back together. I thought I could control it, he finally said. A cold wave ran through me. Control what? He looked up at me, eyes hollow. It started a few weeks ago. I noticed small things, my reflection moving a second too late. Smiling when I wasn't. I swallowed hard. At first, I ignored it, he continued. Then one night, it spoke. The air in the room grew heavier. What did it say? I asked. His lips trembled. It said it could be better than me. Faster. Smarter. Stronger. He paused. It said it wanted out. A sudden chill brushed past me. Not outside. Inside the room. Like something had just moved quickly behind my back. I turned. Nothing. But the door. The door I had left half open. It was now fully closed. I stared at it, my heartbeat rising again. Did you shut that? My roommate slowly shook his head. A faint sound echoed from the other side of the door. A soft, dragging noise. Like someone, or something, was standing in the hallway, moving slowly across the floor. Don't open it, he whispered immediately. I didn't plan to. But then. Knock. My entire body froze. 3 slow knocks. Exactly like the ones I had made earlier. Knock, knock, knock. I backed away from the door. Who's out there? I called, my voice cracking. No answer. Just silence. Then. I heard you knock. My blood ran cold. That voice. It was mine. Perfectly mimicking me. I looked at my roommate, panic flooding in. That's not me, right? His face had gone completely pale. It learns fast, he whispered. Another knock. Louder this time. Open the door. My voice again. But wrong. Empty. Like something was wearing it. My hand slowly lifted, almost against my will, reaching toward the handle. Stop, my roommate shouted, grabbing my arm. If you let it in, it won't leave. The knocking suddenly stopped. Complete silence. For a moment, I thought maybe it was over. Maybe it had gone. Then, a slow creak filled the room. We both turned. The closet door was opening by itself. Darkness spilled out from inside. Thicker than it should be. And from within that darkness, two eyes appeared. Watching us. Smiling. And this time, it wasn't behind glass anymore. The closet door creaked wider. Those eyes didn't blink. Didn't move. Just stared at us from the darkness like they'd been waiting. My throat went dry. Tell me that's not. It is, my roommate whispered, barely able to speak. It found another way. The air turned freezing. Not normal cold, this felt alive, like it was pressing against my skin. I stepped back slowly. What does it want? Before he could answer, the thing inside the closet stepped forward. At first, it was just a shadow. Then a shape. Then, me. Exactly me. Same face. Same clothes. Same terrified expression. I froze. My mind refused to accept what I was seeing. No, I muttered. That's not possible. The copy tilted its head, mimicking the exact way I did. Then it smiled. That same unnatural smile. My roommate grabbed my arm tightly. Don't look at it too long. It copies more than just your face. But it was too late. The copy took another step out of the closet. And I felt something strange in my chest, like a pull. Like it was trying to sync with me. You opened the door, it said. My voice. Perfect. But colder. You let me see you. I shook my head, backing away. Stay away from me. It laughed softly. A sound that didn't feel human. You're already too close. Suddenly, my roommate shoved me aside. Don't listen to it, he shouted. The copy's eyes snapped toward him. For a split second, its face glitched. Not physically, but something about it felt unstable, like it couldn't decide what to look like. Then it rushed forward. Too fast. My roommate tried to dodge, but the thing grabbed him. The moment it touched him, he screamed. Not in pain, but like something was being pulled out of him. Make it stop, he yelled, his voice echoing strangely. I didn't think, I just acted. Grabbing a broken piece of mirror from the floor, I lunged forward and slashed at the copy. The glass passed through it. But it reacted. It hissed, jerking back. My roommate collapsed, gasping for air. The copy stepped away, its form flickering slightly now. Interesting. It felt that. It doesn't like the mirror, I said quickly, helping my roommate up. He nodded weakly. Because, that's where it came from. The copy stared at us both. Its smile slowly faded. Replaced by something darker. Anger. You think that can stop me? It said. Then it did something worse. It changed again. Its face twisted. And suddenly, it looked like my roommate. Then back to me. Then both, overlapping. I can be either of you, it whispered. Or both. My heart pounded. This isn't about copying anymore, my roommate said under his breath. It's choosing. The lights flickered violently. The room shook slightly, like the walls themselves were reacting. And then, the copy stepped back into the darkness near the closet. But it didn't disappear. Its voice echoed instead. Soft. Threatening. I don't need to rush. Silence fell again. Heavy. Unnatural. I looked at my roommate. What does that mean? He stared at the dark closet, fear written all over his face. It means, he swallowed hard, it's not trying to get out anymore. A pause. Then he whispered. It's trying to replace us. To be continued.